Alright, we're back. It's not glitching out. Now, witch talk, we've discussed now in the previous video. We discussed what Theosophy was. Now let's have a real talk about the fact we are still using their terms and their ideas, and that we're just taking those and using them. And we're not discussing where they came from in the problematic source. Y'all want to deconstruct Christianity. Y'all want to deconstruct religion. Y'all want to deconstruct all this. Let's deconstruct what we're doing real quick. Because I got a list here. I got a list of things that I have encountered on here, on Tumblr, on the Discord spaces, on just about everywhere but Substack. I've got a list of things that y'all are repeating, and y'all are perpetuating, and y'all are just taking as rote, and they are theosophical concepts. So, if you hear something that is in your path, if you hear something here, let's work on removing it. If you don't hear something in your path, let's make sure we keep avoiding it. This is the kindest way I can crash out about this, because this is a whole problem. So we're going to start with karma and the reincarnation as we see it in Western metaphysics in the Anglophonic world. That's the English-speaking world, okay? Theosophy, karma, worked in a certain way. Blavatsky and later Theosophists very aggressively popularized a systematic combination of reincarnation and karma for the Western audiences, in which the soul evolves over many lives, and karma is a moral cause and effect that shapes nowadays. This framework is then mapped on ideas like soul evolution, or your soul evolving, or the dang root races. God, I hate that idea. So that's what Theosophy saw it, and that's not gone away. Where do we see the stealth Theosophy now? You choose this life to learn lessons. Stealth Theosophy, get rid of it. Your trauma is karmic. You agreed to this before you incarnated. Theosophy, get rid of it. Souls evolve up the ladder from dense to more spiritual form. Theosophy, get rid of it. This moral evolutionary story within reincarnation, this is Western context. This is not... It's not some sort of pan-paganistic doctrine. It's not Eastern doctrine at all. This is stealth Theosophy. This is the offshoots of it. It comes from there. Let's stop, please. Next, the Ascended Masters, the Spirit Teachers, the Cosmic Councils. Blavatsky wrote about hidden adepts or Mahatmas, and later offshoots, including the I Am activity, the Bridge to Freedom, Summit Lighthouse, and such, developed these into Ascended Masters such as Saint Germain, Kuthumi, Lady Nada. Don't be using those, please. How it shows up. What do we see now? What do we see today? You can still see it everywhere. People channel masters. There are ultra-terrestrial councils. The idea of the Great White Brotherhood. Can we please get rid of that one? Why is that still around? Cosmic teachers that oversee Earth's evolution. Getting downloads from the universe. We're going to get into that one again further, but all that Theosophy, stop it. A lot of New Age texts. They talk about Saint Germain. They talk about Sananda, or Jesus as the Ascended Master. These different similar beings giving telepathic teachings. That's your downloads. Your downloads, that's Theosophy. We're done with it, please. People using this framework, I understand you have never touched Blavatsky, but this is stealth Theosophy. This is the Theosophical Mahatmas. Next, we're in the age of a spiritual evolution. There's a spiritual ascension. Humanity, as Theosophy says, progresses through root races and sub-races, each tied to some stage of spiritual evolution of the species. It shows a teleological march towards higher consciousness. What do we see now? 3D to 5D ascension. Knock it off. Indigo children, crystal children, rainbow children, more evolved souls. Knock it off. Ideas that people are ahead in consciousness while others are stuck in denser vibrations. High vibration, low vibration. Knock it off. That's Theosophy. Let's drop it. The whole spiritual evolution narrative is just theosophical. Even if you rebrand it, I don't care if you say starseed, if you say galactic history, if you say new earth, these are theosophical. These are not what we should be doing. The Western chakra system. Theosophists were central in bringing ideas like the chakras, the subtle bodies, and kundalini into Western esotericism and heavily reworked and appropriated them. Over time, this produced our 7 rainbow chakra system, each with the psychological keywords. If you see a rainbow chakra system and there's 7 of them, no, done. You're not touching the East. That's not the East. They don't have a set number. It's anywhere from 3 to like 300. So if you see that neat stack of 7 colored chakras, and it's got Western psychological trait, Theosophy, stealth Theosophy, right there. If you're tying chakras to the astral, to the mental, to the causal bodies and the planes, that's westernized. It's Theosophy. Again, they shaped these systems instead of straight lifting anything. A lot of neo-pagan and New Age books will treat these as an ancient energy anatomy. It's not. It's stealth Theosophy. Next, because I got a bunch more to go through, and we're at 6 minutes. We're going to speed this up. All religions say the same thing underneath. Theosophy claimed that there is an ageless wisdom or a primordial wisdom religion behind all of them, and the exoteric creeds are fragments of an esoteric core. All gods are mass of one source. That's stealth Theosophy. All paths lead up the same mountain. Stealth Theosophy. Every tradition is just a facet of the same universal truth. Stealth Theosophy. This perennialist, flattening approach is theosophical. There are mystics historically that have said similar things, but they do not package them in the way they are packaged currently. Next, the planes, subtle bodies, as above, so below, cosmology, because y'all aren't talking about Hermeticism. Ain't nobody cracking open the corpus hermeticum. Layered planes of existence, such as the physical, astral, mental, Buddhic, nirvanic, etc., and matching layers to the human body, that's Theosophy. We're done. Astral is over. It's done. Anytime y'all say, that happened on the astral, we're done. Theosophy, sorry. Are there diagrams of stacked planes with corresponding beings and laws? That's Theosophy. Do you hear the word subtle body and that they can detach in dreams or trance? That's Theosophy. Next, the Akashic Records. Blavatsky misunderstood the idea of Sanskrit, Akasha, and created the Akashic Record. It's supposed to be a plane where all events are inscribed. This is not a thing. This is Theosophy. We see it now. Guided meditations that take you to a temple or a library in other planes. That's Theosophy. Library in the sky imagery. Theosophy. I read your Akashic Record and saw your past life. Theosophy. The Universal Brotherhood. The whole, social, spiritual Darwinism. There was an idea that, unity of all life, evolution of races and culture. Some things are ahead or behind the ladder. Now, we're all one. Theosophy. Global spirituality. Anti-sectarian. Theosophy. Spiritual hierarchies where people are more evolved. This is Theosophy. Don't mix we're all one rhetoric while ranking entire populations. Starseeds. I don't need to go over this. You understand. Starseeds are bad. The language of soul families, oversouls, higher selves, one life being expressed through many monads, every human having a higher ego and an Atma Buddhi Mana. Theosophy. How do we see this now? We see it in soul families, soul gods, soul parents. Whatever y'all are doing with that, that's Theosophy mixed with Percy Jackson. We're done. Now, I've got a meta point to make here, and I got 30 seconds to make it. Theosophy's method of grabbing Hinduism, Buddhism, Kabbalah, Hermeticism, spiritualism, and harmonizing them under the ageless wisdom creates a blueprint for eclectic practitioners. You all need to be very careful because this is stealth Theosophy. I got 5 seconds. We're going to get back into this. It's going to be part 3 because I got